Welcome back to the Nasterclas, where today's question: when is it appropriate to laugh or not to laugh? That's in the eye of the beholder. That depends on the person and the situation. Firefighters know that. This Nasterclas is going to feature firefighters. This was filmed a while ago, but I want to bring it back because I think it's important, because it's just a great, great, great segment with Anthony Lipari, Ray Wynn, Chris Joyner, who was burned, and his wife Suzie, who was with him the whole time. This shows you when it's appropriate, when it's not appropriate, and then how they do it. It's just that simple. I can't explain any more than that. You're going to have to watch it, which you're about to, and remember why. You just have to laugh.
When I got the phone call, I thought he was dead.
We got a fire alarm for a 2-story apartment building.
3 or 4 minutes into the situation,
starting to get hot.
And all of a sudden, he just came on me like crazy.
it got so unbearably hot.
It was time to back out. The smoke was so thick that you couldn't have seen your hand in front of your face. So I turned into a wall, and I got stuck.
Some of the guys exited the building. They realized somebody was still in.
I knew that, the clock was ticking.
Some of the guys made re-entry, passed me again. I get knocked down, lose my helmet. 3 or 4 guys lost their
3 helmets lost in that fire.
4 helmets, actually.
Yeah. The guy who actually went and found him, he's a horse.
Oh,
he
God.
just ripped him right through the wall like it was nothing.
Threw me down the stairs.
And out the door we went. He was totally unresponsive. Started hitting him in the chest, trying to stimulate him, getting his clothes off.
I had 3 fingernails on the right hand that melted, and they just turned to liquid and rolled back towards my fingers.
Pulled his gloves off. It was like mozzarella cheese. It just was. His skin was hanging off his hands, both sides, 5, 6, 7 inches down off his arms and his armpits and stuff. I've seen some things, but it's one of your brothers. This is one of your guys, and I not only thought he was dead, but what he must have endured prior to that point. But
Yeah.
but man, he's with us in.
Still has a sense of humor.
We have an internal chip in our regulator on our mask, and the manufacturer said the rating that it had when they looked at it after the fire, no one had ever survived that temperature before. Like, well, what do I win?
The first thing I said to Chris after 12 days of being in a coma, they woke him up, and I wasn't the first guy in there to see him, but when I first walked in, they covered me all up because he's got massive skin grafts and he's laying there. He looks like Frankenstein in his bed, And I said, you owe me a helmet.
Firefighters' humor, nothing's sacred. There's nothing sacred. We were in the station, I don't know, it's been a little while ago, and my whole back was where they got the skin for the rest of my body. And a guy had said something about losing my helmet or something. He goes, oh, but that's no skin off your back. It really was funny.
And when they say it, that doesn't bother you?
No. I'd have probably said it to one of those guys, if it had been the other way around.
For sure.
In the fire station, you ever go too far? So no matter what happened to you, they can still bust on you about anything, and it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. Anything's open. If you were to show something that you didn't like that, first of all, you'd get a nickname, and second of all, you'd hear about it every day.
There was one time where I almost pulled one of his fingertips off, and I'm just kind of going, whoa, did that just happen?
Yeah.
When that happens, you guys get a chuckle?
Eventually.
I think
Some of that's not so funny immediately.
I think I might have thought it was funnier than him, but sometimes there would be moments where you think, oh my gosh, is this really happening? Because day after day after day, where the doctors would come to me and they would tell me something, and I would feel like they shook me and punched me and threw me down and stepped on me. And I'd think, oh, am I going to lose my mind? Is this going to be where I just slip right out of sanity? And then someone would say something or someone would do something, and it just kind of...
He still won't buy me a helmet. He owes me a helmet.
Yeah, he owes 4 guys helmets.
Yeah.
He did probably, I think, about the second day, ask me, how many times do you think about pulling the plug? hey, how many times? And I was like, really? Yeah. And I'm like, it's too soon. But I was glad to see,
Too soon what? Too soon for the laughter, or just too soon?
Too soon to joke about pulling the plug. It wasn't too soon for the laughter, but it sure was good to see his sense of humor coming right out of this.
When Jimmy, he was the one that originally knocked me loose out of the wall, he had come in and visited me, and this nurse that I hadn't seen before had come in, and she goes, "Who was that?" And I said, "Well, it's Jimmy's the guy that first got me loose and started pulling me out." And she goes, "Oh, he must have done a great job." And I said, "Yeah, if he hadn't got to me, I'd be laying in there like a little piece of jerky still." and this nurse was like, she didn't have that same sense of humor. Well, she couldn't even breathe for a couple minutes there.
Well, a couple of the guys told him if he would have just put it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, isn't that what he was sent over there to do? You know, he's a pumper.
He was
captain.
first one in. He should have put it out.
He's got a hand line, 3/4-inch hand line with 140, 50 pounds of pressure. He could put it out.
Well, them coming in and joking around, it kind of reminded me, that these guys had risked their lives to get me out, so I had to make sure that I did my best to get well. You get up days, you get down days. But she stays the same, I tell you. She has the best attitude of anyone I know. She'd always perk me up. So, the fact of the matter is, it's hard, and humor keeps you laughing, keeps you going. So we had kind of have the same sense of humor at home, and we were joking around about it just, a week or two ago. And Suzie changed my ringtone on my phone to Johnny Cash, Burning Ring of Fire. So I'll be sitting there, and everybody's serious. I fell into a burning ring, flames got higher. Burns.
And I couldn't resist. I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. When he was actually in the hospital, I changed his handle in my phone to Hot Stuff. So
We've always found a way to laugh about things, and I think that's what gets you from point A to point B.
Your buddy Ray came out with some gals, and when we went to a retirement party, and he was asking, I know you burned all the way up to your groin. He goes, where did you burn? And, did you burn? And he goes, I said, you know what, that was spared. He said, I know where your hand was when you were getting me out of there.
I do have to admit, okay, when I first go see Chris, he's wrapped from his fingertips to his armpits, and from his ankle to his groin, and they've got his arms in troughs tied from the ceiling, and blood and stuff is dripping from his fingertips, literally. And I'm looking at him, and I didn't do this the first day, but the second day, I looked under the sheet. I thought, I wanted to see, make sure everything's okay down there. So.
Amazing people, aren't they? Amazing. This was filmed a while back. Chris is now retired. Chris and Suzie live on a farm. Anthony Lipari's going strong. Ray Wynn, my dear friend, passed away, he died. These 4 people taught me about why you just have to laugh in life's most difficult times, but you laugh to get through it. Are you laughing at it? Yes, but you're laughing through it. And here's one of the secrets about that that I'll explain now. They all knew each other. Well, you have to know the person you're laughing with and at so they know your intention. Intention is everything to doing that. And they just showed you how to do it. We're going to dedicate this Nasterclass to Ray Wynn. Ray, wherever you are, you're up there somewhere good, somewhere doing crazy stuff. You've already done a few weird things to be here on planet Earth after you've gone. Thank you very much. But folks, when you laugh at it that bothers you, now you own it. It doesn't own you. That's why. You just have to laugh. See you at the next Nasterclass.